this article was going around just in a couple circles I follow, and I might be overreacting. It might be just my algorithm, but like essentially I kept seeing posts from this, like, and they weren't even citing the original post. They were just kind of quoting stuff from it. And it was all about how AI was being used to replace pastors and churches. And even you can interact with a bot to kind of do AI confession. And if you actually find the original article, there really isn't much to it. There were just some people starting apps that were doing stuff. They weren't even backed by churches. They were just entrepreneurial people. And it just cracks me up, this doom and gloom kind of perspective to anything new, especially AI. There's this fear that AI is going to take over everything. And we have this natural leaning, really it's like a dispensational kind of leaning where, like, you read the book of Revelations, it gets worse till it gets better. And so people just think ultimately the trajectory is just going to be in the short term a lot more worse. So therefore, like any new technology, the end of the world is really near. Also this week, the co-founder of OpenAI and also of Tesla Autopilot, the director there forever, he did this whole thing about how AI is going to bring about, like, it's really just software 2.0, meaning, in the 80s, what happened was the first kind of evolution of technology, at least, let's say computers, was to replicate very simple tasks. Like you did, let's say something on paper for math equations, then you just did it on Excel sheets and it just replicated that. And the 2.0, what AI is going to bring about, it's verifiable tasks, meaning if you can verify the order of something, therefore you can replicate it more easily with software. And so he talks about, like, self-driving is this. If you can verify it over and over again, you can ultimately bring about some kind of system to do it. I think it's interesting because there's this fear that AI is going to replace everything. And really what it shows is that AI actually just shows how complex the human mind is. And what I don't understand is I think Christians, when they think AI is going to take over everything, they're actually doubting God's creation. They don't realize that actually maybe the human mind is actually that much more robust. Really, AI is just going to take over. It's going to amplify humans, and it's going to take over a lot of servant-based type of things. I think it's, a robot might be able to, like, fold your laundry, but is it actually going to be able to, like, be your friend? And I think that shows, like, what do you actually think about creation? Is that really that easy to verify and replicate? Now, I don't know if AI is going to take over the whole world and ultimately we're going to be some kind of, end times moment. But what I do know is that we don't know. And I don't think as followers of Jesus, we should be people full of doom and gloom. We should be people full of hope. And we don't know the arc of when the world's going to end. And I love this from Coinbase's founder. Action produces information, meaning let's just react to what's ahead of us and let's act in this moment and let's see what happens.